Welcome in, Aries. It's Heather with Heather's Healing, and I'm here to do a mid-year check-in for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. So thanks so much for being here. I love to do these mid-year check-ins. I think they're a lot of fun just to kind of see where you're at, where you've been, and where you are headed. All right, so Aries, let's go ahead and take a look at your energy. Let's see what's going on with you. So for Aries, let's take a look at Aries energy. I'm recording this in July 2026. All right, so Aries, we have the Eight of Wands here representing your energy, which does not surprise me. You are moving quickly ahead. You have a plan. You are full of energy. You're taking action. You're exploring options. You're definitely not staying stagnant. You have an idea of what it is that you're going after, and you're going after it. So good for you. Aries being Aries. I love your guys' energy. So we've got the Eight of Wands representing you. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the question, the theme of this reading. What would Spirit like to bring to your attention at this point in the year? What is the question that's being asked of Aries? What is the theme? What is coming up here? If you can hear a little bit of static in the background, it's not static, it's a fan. It's really hot in here. All right, so Aries. Problem, theme, question. We've got the Four of Swords. So many signs have gotten this this card. So I don't know, I feel like this is more of a suggestion rather than a problem or a theme, but the need to rest, taking less action, taking time to pause and reflect. I'm also hearing, what are you running from? So maybe some of you are taking a lot of action and staying purposely overly busy to avoid something. So this card does suggest that there's a need for rest, pause, and reflection. All right. What else do we need to know about this Four of Swords? Let's dive a little deeper into this Four of Swords. I mean, I'm not surprised that you're being given that information to pause, take a break. What else do we need to know about this Four of Swords? Why is this significant? Why is this significant? We've got the King of Swords here. I feel like there's something that if you're not able to slow down, there's information that you're missing. There is, I feel like this is an internal process or something directed towards you specifically, not necessarily anyone around you. I feel like you're being given breadcrumbs or a direction, guidance to move in a different direction or to handle a situation in a different way. And I feel like you are not receiving that information because you're too busy. You're just staying too busy. So slow down, reflect, and get the information that's coming through. I feel like it's, and maybe subconsciously part of you knows that this is happening, and you don't want this information because it does feel like it's transformational information. I feel like your soul is pointing you in a different direction, or towards different goals, something totally different, and maybe that it's unfamiliar to you. So it could be that you just don't want to receive that information, but I think deep down you have an idea of what this is about. So just also know you don't have to take action on it right away. The King of Swords, it's logical, it's direction, it's information, it's clarity, it's truth, but it isn't necessarily taking action on that right now. So allow yourself to pause, reflect, rest, give yourself some downtime to allow whatever this information is to come through. It's going to benefit you. It's not going to hurt you. So, but I mean, there can be fear towards something unknown, right? Even for Aries. All right, so let's take a look at your recent past. And by recent past, I mean the first half of this year. Let's see what's been going on for Aries. I'm also offering this type of reading at a discounted rate. The link is below if you'd like to schedule a reading this style personalized to you. All right, so let's take a look at the first part of the year. What's been going on with Aries? What's been going on with Aries? Nice. You've got the star. I love the star. Again, it's funny. We're talking about new pathways, new directions. The star can often point you in a new direction. I do feel like that's what this is speaking about. So I feel like whatever this King of Swords is, whatever information is coming through with this King of Swords, it's going back to information or epiphanies, a feeling, a framework that was laid out at the beginning of this year. So I would say think back to the beginning of this year and what was going on. Did you have different goals in mind? Was there something that you wanted to try or do, something that was unfamiliar to you or different, and for whatever reason you abandoned the idea? Go back to that, because I do feel like that's what this King of Swords is talking about. And this is a change in direction for Aries. It's moving in a different way. It's living life in a different way. Okay. So we're flashing back to something, and I love the star. It's a really nice energy. It often is a sign of healing, physical healing, improved well-being. It's a very positive card, but I do feel like it is speaking about a different way of living or being for Aries. All right, let's see what's currently going on for Aries. I'm trying to remember, maybe it was Aquarius. I don't know. There was another sign that had a very direct reading. So far, your reading has been very direct. I think it might have been Aquarius. I don't remember. All right, so Aries, what is going on with you currently? What's going on with you right now? And I'm recording this in July 2026. But whenever you see, or whenever you're seeing this reading, there's a message in here for you. All right, Aries, what's going on with you right now? We've got the Seven of Swords. I'm kind of not surprised. Again, I feel like you are, I don't necessarily feel like you're sabotaging yourself, but you're purposely choosing to not see a situation. You're purposely ignoring something that might not have adverse effects right now, but will at some point if you keep ignoring it. It's the energy of like sticking your head in the sand, and you're choosing to not acknowledge a problem. I don't know if this is an internal process that you are going through, or if this is dealing with another person. Perhaps we'll get more information about this as we go along, but there's definitely a situation that you're choosing not to see. You're avoiding it, and you know you are. So I would say whatever popped into your head first when I started talking about this, I feel like that's probably it. You're purposely staying busy to avoid a conflict, a problem that's going on in your life. I mean, this could, and like I said, we might get in more information about this as we go along. This could be involving another person. This could be involving the way you're handling your life or you're handling relationships. These are just examples. This could be talking about an addiction or a potential problem that maybe it's not a problem quite yet, but it could develop into a larger problem if you continue to avoid it. Whatever this is, Aries, you know what this is. That's what's currently going on right now. So there's definitely something that Aries is avoiding. You don't want to see it. You don't want to deal with it. So you're just staying busy as a way of, well, as a way of avoiding. Let's take a look at the near future. By near future, I mean, my intention is for the rest of the year. Where is this energy taking you? Towards the end of this year, where is this energy taking you? We've got the Seven of Cups. Well, towards the end of the year, you can't put this off forever. Whatever this is, you're best to face it head on. You are going to have to make a choice about it at some point. It is going to demand your attention at some point. You can't keep avoiding it. And I feel like the longer you put off facing whatever this is, whatever you're avoiding, I feel like a couple of things. Either you have fewer choices available to you, or it becomes more confusing as to which choice or decision would be the best. Yeah, things definitely feel like they get more confusing rather than becoming clearer if you keep avoiding whatever the situation is. The Seven of Cups can be delusional thinking. It can be, there's very much an addictive kind of energy here that I'm feeling, Aries. I'm not saying that's going to be true for everyone, but I do feel like Aries, in general, there's a situation that needs to be looked at, but there does feel like there's an addictive, delusional kind of thinking going on. And that delusion or confusion or whatever it is just becomes worse as the year goes on. So now is the time to face whatever it is that you need to face. And if this isn't you directly, maybe it's you dealing with someone who is an addict. You know, maybe, like I said, I'm not sure if this Seven of Swords is you or if it is someone that you're dealing with. And we can pull a clarifier on that if that doesn't become more clear. But I feel like the longer you wait, the harder it is to make a good decision. with whatever this is. We do have 2 7s here. Let's see, the star, that is 17. So 7 and 8. So we have 8s and 7s that are showing up prominently for you. 8s and 7s. The energy of 7s in tarot, it's the energy of feeling like you've got to put in a lot of effort, or you might lose something. But in reality, whatever it feels like, whatever that thing is that you feel you might lose, you never really had it anyway. It wasn't yours anyway. And then the energy of 8 is often a realization. It's recognizing a pattern or something that has been going on and on and on and repeating itself. So interesting that we've got a lot of 7s and 8s here. All right, Aries, let's look at advice and guidance regarding this situation here. What is the advice and guidance for Aries? We've got the Queen of Wands. The advice and guidance, we've got the Queen of Wands. This is very much an Aries type of energy. I'm hearing walk away. I keep kind of feeling like for many of you, this is probably another person that you're dealing with. For some I do feel for some Aries, this is you that needs to acknowledge an addiction or a problem that you have going on. And that doesn't have to be an addiction to a substance. It could be an addiction or an unhealthy pattern within relationships, for example. But I do feel for many Aries, I feel like this is a toxic person that you've been dealing with for a while. And when I pulled this card, I heard walk away. I'm going to ask for a clarifier on this Queen of Wands. It's funny, before I pulled this card, I heard you've stepped out of your power. I feel like this Queen of Wands is representing how you normally operate. She's very charismatic, outgoing, driven, knows exactly what she wants and she goes after it. She has a lot of integrity. She has nothing to hide. And she stands fully in her power. And I clarified her with the 8 of Wands. So I feel like whatever this situation is, whatever's going on, whatever you are avoiding or not wanting to see, it's caused you to step out of your power. And going back to the 7 of Cups, the longer you stay in this energy and the longer you maybe you're hoping the situation will resolve itself. It doesn't feel like it's going to. It feels like you are going to have to make a choice. And the longer you wait, like I was saying, the more confusing it gets. The 8 of Swords is feeling like you don't have a choice, feeling like you... feeling like your hands are tied when they're really not. I do feel like it's just, this is a situation that you don't want to deal with. And I don't blame you. It does feel really heavy. And if it's involving potentially, and I'm going to say temporarily, I don't feel like this is necessarily going to be a permanent thing, but it feels like temporarily walking away from someone that you really love and care about. And I do feel like I'm going to say it's a temporary thing. It doesn't feel like it's going to be forever, but this feels overwhelming and you would just rather not deal with it. Again, this is the energy of sticking your head in the sand. The advice here would be to take your power back and look at what options you have. What are your options? I feel like the divine is trying to give you suggestions, guidance, epiphanies, but you need to slow down and be open to receiving that guidance. Again, we got another 8. Yeah, I do feel like this is, you know, this is a tough thing. This is tough. So let's look at the outside influence. Let's look at this is going to be the people around you, the environment around you, Aries. Let's take a look at that. I'm always interested to pull this card. So Aries, outside influence, other people, the environment around you. What is going on around Aries? Let's take a look at that. Yeah, we've got the 2 of Cups here, which is a very lovely card. But it does make me feel like whatever the situation is, it's regarding a partner. A partner, a loved one, someone very close to you. This could even be a child. With the Cups, that's leading me back to, again, dealing with an addiction here. This could also be a health problem. I do like that the card is upright. I mean, this is the card of partnership, romantic love, reconciliation is here. So I feel like the energy around you, the people around you, they want the best possible outcome as well. They are wanting the same thing that you are wanting. And perhaps they're feeling the same way. They don't know what the best choice is. They don't know, they're unsure of what direction to move in. But I do like this energy. This does feel very specific. This doesn't feel like a wide group of people around you. So I'm going to say this is a family member, husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend. This is someone very close to you. But they want the same thing as you. You know, they want reconciliation. They want a healthy union, a healthy relationship. So they're wanting the same thing as you. You're on the same page. So I think that might be helpful just to hear that they're wanting the same thing as you. We've got the 2 of Cups. Okay. A need for improved health, which again, that takes me back to, is this an addiction, a substance or something like that? All right, let's look at your hopes and fears, Aries. Aries, it feels like you guys are kind of going through it. And I know this has been a tricky year. It definitely has been a tricky year. So I'm sending you my best, wishing you clarity, love, whatever it is that you need to stand in your power, to take your life back, and to be supportive of those that you love and care about. All right, hopes and fears, Aries. Let's take a look at this. We've got the Devil here. You know, I think this is really, I do feel like this is a fear, expecting the worst. The devil, again, this is leading me towards unhealthy unions, unhealthy partnerships, unhealthy relationships, addiction, unhealthy, just unhealthy, what was the word I was looking for? Patterns, unhealthy patterns. And again, you know what this is. This isn't anything surprising. You know what this is, but I don't feel like, while the situation I'm sure is overwhelming, confusing, you don't want to deal with it, I feel like the outcome, one, is going to be positive, and I don't feel like it's as dire as what you're thinking it's going to be. So the devil is showing up as a fear, expecting the worst. But you know, I'm not feeling that, especially with the star, the energy of the star at the beginning of the year. You know, this is hope. This is moving in a new direction. I wonder, you know, if you lost that, if you had hope at the beginning of this year that things were going to take a change for the better and they didn't. The guidance here is to stand in your power and do what is best for you. You know, you certainly can't make someone get help if they don't want to get help. But you can come up with a solution that will work for you so that, you know, you're not repeating unhealthy behaviors and that you are in a safe place as well. And I feel like this is why your guides are asking you to slow down, rest, take a break, and allow, they have solutions for you. They have ideas for you. So allow that information to come through. Let's take a look at potential. How do I want to do this one? Okay, I want to look at, if you stay the course that you're on right now, I want to look at the potential outcome. If you do nothing and you stay the course as is, what is the potential outcome? If you stay the course, and you do nothing, you just keep doing what you're doing, what is the potential outcome at the end of the year? What is the potential outcome towards the end of the year for Aries? We got the Five of Wands. This isn't horrible. It's nothing really resolves itself. But the good thing, we've got the Five of Wands. The positive thing about this energy is everyone wants the same thing. Everyone wants the same outcome. But everyone thinks they know the best way to do it. I would say this is kind of the energy of, this is like a lot of Aries, all trying to, everyone trying to be right, everyone trying to do it their way. Not everyone can be the leader, but the good thing is everybody's wanting the same thing. So this can show up as conflict, confusion, nothing getting resolved. But again, I want to say the positive thing here is all parties want the same thing. They're trying to construct a pentagram in this card, so they're all wanting the same result. They're just not sure how to do it. So that's very positive. So if you keep doing what you're doing, nothing's going to get resolved. There could be more conflict. Tensions could be a little higher. It's not horrible. If you take action now, and this is going to be whatever action you feel is best for you. If you take action now, what is the potential outcome towards the end of the year? What is the potential outcome? If you take action now, what is the potential outcome? The Emperor. Wow. This is definitely way more aligned with who you are. We have and this is your card, Aries. The Emperor is your card. This is you standing in your power. You've fully taken your power back. You're not controlling the situation. You're just realizing, well, you've taken your power back. You are standing as a guide and leader in your life. You're taking your power back. You're taking your power back. This is you feeling whole. So, I mean, this is a major arcana energy here. So this is a huge shift. This is a night and day. This is night and day difference. You're not feeling stuck anymore. You can see things very clearly, and you very much know the action that you need to take. Yeah, you're standing as an authority, a leader in your life. People are respecting you. So I do feel like, even though it might be painful for example, if you have to separate yourself from a partner or a child for a period of time, in the long term, they're going to see that you did it out of their best interest and your best interest, that you were doing it out of love, and there is respect here. Night and day difference. So you'll feel much better if you take action now, whatever the situation is. You don't avoid it. Otherwise, things just kind of carry on as they are. They will probably become more draining, confusing, and there could be more conflict. It could be that more people get involved in the conflict, and that could make it more unsettling and confusing as well. So those are the two potential outcomes depending on what you decide to do now. All right, so and Aries, again, if you'd like to book a one-on-one, I have a discount going on. The link is below. The reading, it's this style of a reading, but it's personalized to you and what's going on in your life. So let's take 3 cards from the bottom to wrap this up, and then I'll also pull an oracle card. Page of Cups. I really like the Page of Cups here. That feels like reconciliation, a new beginning, particularly with a relationship, boundaries, standing up for yourself, standing in your power and doing what's right for you. And then we've got the 10 of Cups here. Just a reminder that, I mean, this is happiness within the family. This is emotional security, love, acceptance, everything that you could want in a relationship or within a family. I feel like this is just reminding you that this, ultimately, I do feel like everything's going to work out. It might not work out the way that you want it to work out, but I do feel like this has a positive ending. This situation has a positive ending. And for many, I do feel like reconciliation, and stronger bonds, more trust. I feel like all of that is really possible. And I do feel like that's what these cards are saying. So let's pull an oracle card here to finish it off for Aries. This is the mid-year check-in and review. I hope this gives you insight, helps you to feel more empowered and connected to your guides. Card number 26. I love the green color here. It says, relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. I want to say it, be at rest. I would say, yeah, release a lot of the fears. But I do strongly feel if you're hoping someone else will take action, I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's up to you to take the action and move things in a healthier direction. for not only yourself, but everyone, everyone involved. So sending you a lot of love, Aries. Take great care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon.